this is a matter where an order of preventive detention is under challenge. Now, if your lordship will kindly just see the facts that led to this order, your lordship will be able to appreciate as to how this order probably is not contemplated under law. If I take your lordship to page 28. Page 28. Now, this is a letter of 3rd of May, 2023. Now, this is to the Deputy Commissioner. The subject is permission for construction of Statue of Honesty as a tribute to our hero, Sri Gyam Padang, at 6 kilo near vegetable vendor adjacent to NH 415. I'm just reading that for ourselves. It is with deep sadness and heavy heart, we inform you that Sri Gyamang Padang, the whistleblower of the APPC scandal, passed away on 3rd of May 2023 at 8:10 a.m. due to prolonged illness. The entire state of Arunachal Pradesh, may I read that?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. The entire state of Arunachal Pradesh is aware of his bravery and courage that he has shown to make Arunachal Pradesh a better state. He is one who ignited the fire of revolution among the youths to fight.
What is the necessity for erecting a statue of honesty?
No, sir.
What is the necessity for erecting of a statue of honesty?
That necessity would be something that the public sentiment and the public would know. Public sentiment, because of the public sentiment, because Lordship knows regarding that APPC scandal.
We don't know.
So the issue that has happened here is that because of this APPC examinations, there was some information that there has been paper leakage. Now, leading to that, there was an FIR filed by one called Gyamang Padang. Now, based on that FIR, that examination was cancelled, and therefore a lot of incidents have happened. Now, therefore, this person has been regarded as a hero by all these APPC people, the people who are fighting against this illegality or that corruption that has happened.
You have to carry the honesty in your heart and mind, not in the statue.
Yes, Lord.
Anyway, proceed.
Yes.
Yes, Gary, you wanted to say anything?
Is that because the RT during the leakage, paper leakage of the issue, right by the
You come to the mic.
Yes.
Please come on the mic.
During that time, Your Lordship, because other person is offered to the Gyamang Padang for case, even then Gyamang Padang is not ready to the offer by the someone's, and he wanted to clear the reformation of the Public Service Commission, that's the highest institution of the states. That is why he is not ready to the offer of the other persons. So he wanted to the given punishment to the accused person.
We don't know.
That is why
Anyway,
his friends are desired to the honest statue is required, and his last wishes.
Anyway, we don't know about this. Let us stick to the case.
Yes, Lord. So, leaving aside the fact as to why the Statue of Honesty was required, what I am here before Lordship is that based on that particular requirement that they wanted to build the Statue of Honesty, there are certain incidents that happened, which ultimately led the Deputy Commissioner to pass this order of preventive detention. My entire endeavor before Lordship would be to show that it was not a situation that would have required invocation of the APUAPA Act. So just for that regard, I'm showing these documents just to indicate that there was not that kind of a situation. So I'm just not going through the entire document. 3/5/2023, a permission was sought for. It is not that the people have directly gone ahead and they have used their might and shown that yes, we are going to go ahead. Procedure was followed, and what they said was, please give us the permission for construction of a Statue of Honesty. So this was the application that was made. Just the last paragraph I am reading. Therefore, your good office is requested to grant permission to construct Statue of Honesty of the state hero Gyamang Padang. So an application was made on 3rd of May. Now, if your Lordship will come to page 30, this application was forwarded. This application was forwarded by the Deputy Commissioner. So a process was on. It was not that it was directly rejected, but it was forwarded to the Principal Secretary Home, Arunachal Pradesh. Forwarding of representation of PAN Arunachal Joint Steering Committee and thereof regarded. The last line is, therefore, it is requested that necessary government approval be obtained if deemed fit. So the matter was put to active consideration at the government level. Now, there was an incident that there was an order of detention that was issued against Techi Puru earlier also. That was set aside. This judgment is at page 31 and Annexure 3. I'm not troubling your lordship with the judgment as of now. Now, if your lordship will come to page 51.
Yes.
Lordship has seen on 3rd of May, a permission was sought for. Now on 24/7/2023, update on the permission for construction of Statue of Honesty as a tribute to our ancestors hero. With reference to the subject cited above, it is to inform that a representation was presented before your good office on 3rd of May, for which we would like to know the updates of the same. Therefore, your office is requested to give an update of all the developments of the aforesaid mentioned. Furthermore, it is to inform you that a social service program would be conducted at a demarcated location on 25th July 2023, and the family members and well-wishers of the whistleblower, Sri Gyamar Padan, the consent and cooperation of the good office would be appreciated and a positive reciprocation is anticipated from your end. So what we were saying on 24/7 is that first we are asking for an update as to the regarding the permission for construction. Number two, what we were saying is on 25/7, we wanted to do social service. Social service, as I have been able to gather, the meaning of social service here in Arunachal Pradesh is to do cleanliness drive.
Social service in Arunachal Pradesh has a different meaning than the meaning it has elsewhere in the country.
No, social service in the form of giving donation, going to some child orphanage and all those things. Social service can be of various nature, lordship. So this particular social service was for cleanliness drive. This was for cleanliness drive, to clean the area, cleanliness drive. My instructions as far as it goes, lordship. So I asked them, what is the social service all about? They said we wanted to go for a cleanliness drive in that particular area. So, and they were asking for a permission for that.
Yes.
Now, after this, immediately at page 52, section 144 CRPC has been issued. So my argument is, we were only asking permission, nothing of that sort had happened. We were not giving any warning. But suddenly, the DC in the most harshest of manner proceeded to issue 144, number one. And the impugn order is at page 54. On the same date, detention orders have been issued against Techi Puru.
Yes.
I have to read this order. On the same day, 25 July.
Yes.
And lordship, I must place it on record. No social service activity took place there. Once the orders were out, nothing happened. So these activities never took place. I'm just reading the order. Whereas Sri Techi Puru, chairman of Pan Arunachal Joint Steering Committee and others, have submitted an application to the office on 24/7/2023, seeking update of the representation dated 3rd of May regarding permission to construct Statue of Honesty as a tribute to our hero Gyamar Padang at 6 kilo vegetable vendors adjacent to NH 1415. And whereas by aforementioned application, they informed this office that a social service program at the demarcated location on 25 July 2023 is proposed by the family members and well-wishers of the whistleblower, Sri Gyamar Padang. And whereas the representation dated 3rd of May submitted to this office for construction honesty of Statue of Honesty as a tribute to Sri Gyamar Padang has already been submitted to the government for further decision. And whereas before holding any program, prior permission is to be obtained from a district administration for various arrangements, traffic, magistrate, police, deployment, and to avoid inconvenience to the general public. And whereas the land proposed for construction of the Statue of Honesty by Sri Techi Puru, chairman of the Pan Arunachal Joint Steering Committee and others belongs to the Highway Authority. And whereas in respect of the application dated 24/7/2023, the district administration Itanagar has directed Sri Techi Puru, chairman, and Tadak Nalo, vice chairman of Arunachal Joint Steering Committee to obtain NOC from the Chief Engineer, Highway Department before conduct of any social service program, since the area proposed for the program construction of the statue falls within the jurisdiction of the highway authorities. And whereas Sri Techi Puru, chairman Pan Arunachal Joint Steering Committee, and others are trying to grab government property without authority and permission from the competent authority, which is illegal and unlawful activity as prohibited under the law. And whereas Sri Techi Puru, chairman Pan Arunachal Pradesh, has through media instigated general public to participate in the social service with an ill intention to grab government property without consent of the competent authority, which is illegal and unlawful activity as provided under the Act. And whereas in accordance to the government notification says, the Arunachal Pradesh Unlawful Activities Prevention Act has come into force with effect from 26 January 2015. And whereas Techi Puru, by involving himself in unlawful activities, have become unlawful person under Section 211 of the Arunachal Pradesh Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. And whereas DC-Talo Potom, IS District Magistrate, Itanagar Capital, in exercise of the powers conferred under Section 3(1), am satisfied that Sri Techi Puru is an unlawful person, association with unlawful activities, and hereby directed that he may be detained for a period of 12 days with the view to prevent him from taking illegal possession of the government properties and construction of unauthorized structures thereon in the Itanagar Capital Complex. The Superintendent of Police is therefore directed. Now, if your lordship will see, what was the aggression from our side? There has to be some element of aggression from our side for a district administration to think that there will be some law and order situation now. That aggression was never there. We were simply writing letters asking for permission. And all that we had said was for social service. Now this property grabber, that is the basic contention of the Deputy Commissioner, says that in the name of social service, we are trying to grab property, government property. That is a speculation. There has been no credible evidence or material on record to indicate that there is an intention of grabbing government property. So therefore, that satisfaction that he must have derived, which the records will very well show before your lordship, what was the satisfaction derived by the Deputy Commissioner to come to this finding that there may be property being grabbed in the name of social service, and therefore I need to put him under preventive detention. That, in my humble submission, is absent and missing in this case, and therefore there could not have been an order passed under Preventive Detention Act. There were other acts, lordship. IPC 441 trespass, criminal trespass is there. Arunachal Pradesh Public Premises Eviction Act is there. He did not apply those acts, but he directly went to the harshest of law, that is preventive detention. And another aspect that I would like to show before your lordship is that the definition of property grabber. If your lordship will take up the APUAPA Act, lordship will see what is the definition of property grabber. If your lordship will see the definition of property grabber, then lordship will find that under speculation,
What is the act?
the Arunachal Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, lordship. Page 155, 155. This is the Arunachal Pradesh Unlawful Activities Prevention Act 2014. Now, under this act, lordship will find at page 157 the definition 11, property grabber. Page 157, property grabber, subclause 11. Lordship has got that. The definition is property grabber means a person who illegally takes possession. I'm just stopping at that, lordship. Property grabber means a person who illegally takes possession. That means an act of possession has to take place. Philosophy will see the definition. Property grabber means a person who illegally takes possession. That means a physical act of taking possession has to actually happen. The possession must have fructified. The possession must have come into existence. But here, if your lordship will see the impugned detention order, what does the district magistrate say? He says, Sri Techi Puru are trying to grab government property. And therefore, he says that he comes under unlawful activities. But if the definition of APUAPA Act has to be looked into in a proper perspective, the Act defines that the person must have committed the crime of taking possession of that particular land, government land. Only then this provision could have been attracted. But here is a case where the Deputy Commissioner has speculated that in the name of social service, land may be grabbed. So therefore, that understanding in my humble submission is wrong, lordship. If you are trying to invoke the APUAPA Act, you have to go by the definition as provided under that particular Act. Now the Act says the particular incident must happen. It says means a person who illegally takes possession. It doesn't say illegally wants to take possession, is going to take possession, takes possession. And here, if your lordship will see that page 54, the impugn order, the third last paragraph, what the deputy magistrate says, are trying to grab government property in the name of social service. So in my humble submission, in these facts of the circumstances, the APUAPA Act, more particularly by invoking the provision of property grabber, this particular detention order could not have been issued. And leaving apart that also, some circumstantial evidence has to be there that yes, there is now they are going to create aggression, they are going to create law and order situation. Nothing of the sort had happened. It was a peaceful movement. They were seeking permission. They were asking, can we go for social service there? He could have very well said, no, you cannot go for that. End of the matter. He could have said, we are going to impose section 441 of the IPC, criminal trespass. He doesn't do that. He directly on the next date immediately passes an order of preventive detention, which is the harshest of law in my humble submission also, because it's preventive detention. So in that view of the matter, lordship, the imposition of detention under the present act could not have been come into play, and therefore this order is bad. If the records are called for, lordship will very well be able to ascertain whether the satisfaction as is record to be derived under section 3(1) by the district magistrate, was it in the most justifiable manner taken or not?
Yes.
So that will be my subject. Factual circumstances, lordship has seen. Factually, there was no element of aggression. We were writing letters. That is one aspect of the matter. Second aspect of the matter was that if your lordship is the impugn order, it's
Are you praying for an interim order or not?
yes, lordship.
Huh?
I am
Okay.
praying for that.
Yes.
Because therefore my argument is
On what ground?
on the ground that the impugn order could not have been passed by invoking the APUAPA Act, because he is taking recourse to the definition of property grabber. Property grabber definition says the act has to happen, take possession. But the impugn order says he was trying to take possession. So he was speculating that he might take possession. So therefore, this definition that has been brought into the particular order, definition on the impugn order is not correct. On that aspect.
What is your ground for an interim order? You said that if we call for the report, we'll be able to examine whether the satisfaction has been correctly
Yes,
reached or not.
that is for the final.
That is for the final.
That is for
Are you praying for an interim order today?
yes, of course.
On
And
what?
on the ground that I am yet to be apprehended. I have not been apprehended. The order has not come into force, number one.
Yes.
And number two would be that this order is without authority and jurisdiction, because in the fact of the circumstances, this act could not have been applied.
Then why have you come so late?
We were trying to find out avenues of somehow trying to tackle with this order.
Huh?
25 July, lordship. Today is 7th. Today 8th. Today is 8th. Not that also, lordship. We were trying to avail alternate remedies if possible. Whether some good sense would prevail upon the deputy commissioner, this order is recalled. But since nothing has happened, there is no efficacious remedy but to approach this honorable court. So we are before this honorable court.
Okay. When no good sense prevails upon anybody, then only you come to
We
this court.
demanded justice.
It looks like you have approached this court very reluctantly.
Not like that also. This is the last resort we have. High courts are the last resort.
Can we pass a stay order?
As long as the order is not put to effect, and if the order is without authority, your lordship has got plenary powers under section 226 to pass an order of stay.
Yes, Tape.
If matter will be taken up there tomorrow, so I'll come with the request.
Yeah, tomorrow.
No, it prima facie looks like
Lordship,
that there is no occasion to issue this order. It is no nexus with the act,
Lordship, this is not
object of the act.
this is not a simple act of two persons, Lordship. What they are doing is they are inciting the people to participate.
We'll examine. Can we pass a stay order?
Therefore, this is Lordship pre-education's petition, Lordship.
Pre-education petition. You don't execute it. You wanted a preventive detention of him for 12 days. 12 days has gone by. Situation has changed. There is no any imminent danger also.
12 days, Lordship. That issue is still alive, Lordship.
Huh?
Issue is still alive, Lordship.
Issue is alive. But when this act can be invoked, under what circumstances?
Lordship, circumstance has been already prescribed in the law, Lordship.
Let us see. You have referred to the petitioner by involving himself in the unlawful activities
No.
have become unlawful person as per section 211,
That is
which
property-
actually is not unlawful person, but it is
property
section 211 is property graver of the APP Act. Okay,
Lordship.
let us see what is section 211 is a property graver. Means a person who illegally takes possession. There have been so many encroachment on the premises of the government quarters, which would attract this 211. But you have not issued any detention order to any of the property gravers as defined under this act. So it looks like there was no occasion to, is not it?
If Lordship read with the other Lordship, the circumstances as cited in the.
We'll go with the order.
No, I'm on the order only, Lordship.
Yes.
Order, Lordship, is reading, Lordship, the page 55, Lordship.
That is the final decision ultimately.
Yes, this is the ground on which you appears to have detained.
211 is the ground that he took a decision of preventive detention.
There has been no any, he is yet to grave the property. He has made an attempt. You have prevented by issuing this order. 12 days have gone by.
So therefore, my submission is still that, Lordship. Issue is alive, Lordship. So therefore, I'm seeking for the short date, Lordship.
No,
Therefore,
we'll examine. We always give the government adequate time to respond. It is from a person to us, it looks like the provision you have invoked is the property graver, which has been defined as whoever illegally takes possession of. There are many instances. Every day we are dealing with this eviction of the petition on the eviction of public premises acts, encroachment, this, that.
In
But
fact,
never you have issued in this kind of act. This act is for some other purpose.
In fact, there is a
Otherwise,
particular
Lordship-
act for public premises
otherwise,
eviction.
Lordship, circumstances, Lordship, is cited in the Lordship include order itself, Lordship.
We have to go by the ground. I mean, the ground
See-
is taken. For
Sri Techi Puru, Chairman, Fund on the Joint Steering Committee, through social media has instigated the general public to participate in the social survey with an ill intention to grab the government property without consent from the competent authority, which is illegal and unlawful activities as prohibited under. This is also circumstance law.
Understand? Heard Mr.
A. Sharma also.
Counsel for the petitioner and Mr. S. Kapil Lana, Senior Government Advocate for the state. This writ petition is directed against the order dated 25th July 2022, issued by the DC District Magistrate Capital Itanagar. Byte number so and so. As at page 54, which is reproduced here in the full stop. From perusal of the impugned order dated 25 July 2023, issued by the DC District Magistrate Capital Council Itanagar, it appears that petitioner has been directed to be detained for a period of 12 days with a view to prevent him from taking illegal possession of government properties or construction of unauthorized structures thereof in the Itanagar Capital Complex by stating that the petitioner, by involving himself in the unlawful activities, had become unlawful person as per section 211 of the Arunachal Pradesh Unlawful Activities Prevention Act 2014. Full stop. Section 211 of the APPUAP Act 2014 reads as under 211, property graver, etc. Full stop. According to the petitioner, an application dated 3/5/2023 was submitted to the Deputy Commissioner General of Papumpare District seeking permission for construction of what is called, within inverted comma, the statue of honesty as a tribute to, just a moment, the statue of honesty to at, within brackets, 6 kilo near vegetable vendors adjacent to NS 415. The aforesaid representation dated 3/5/2023 submitted to the Deputy Commissioner General of Papumpare District, the Deputy Commissioner had forwarded it for the consideration, forwarded it to the Principal Secretary Home, Government of Arunachal Pradesh for consideration by his letter dated 3rd May 2023 and by letter dated 3rd May 2023 by number sense at page 30. While the representation submitted by the petitioner was under consideration of the government, the petitioner submitted yet another application to the Deputy Commissioner Itanagar on 24/7/2023 seeking an update on the permission for construction of the statue of honesty within inverted comma. What is called statue of honesty within inverted comma? And thereafter also informed the Deputy Commissioner that a social service program would be conducted at the demarcated location on 25th July 2023. Full stop. To prevent the social service fixed on 25th July at 6 kilo near vegetable vendors adjacent to NS 415, the Deputy Commissioner by the order dated 25th July 2023 issued under memo number at page 54 by the DC-Com District Magistrate had promulgated Section 144 of the CRPC, thereby prohibiting the gathering or assembly of 3 or more persons, exempting government officials and security forces on duty within the radius of 500 meters around the 6 kilo near vegetable vendors with immediate with immediate effect till further order. Also, pursuant thereto, it is the case of the petitioner that no social service took place at 6 kilo, etc., vegetable, etc. And there has been no land grabbing of the designated place, either by the petitioner or any other person. Also, the impugn order of impugn order dates back to 25th July 2023. Today is what?
Today is 8.
8. And thereby, more than 12 days have passed by. Since the impugn order dated 25th July 2023 was issued by the DC District Magistrate, Capital Council Itanagar, by which impugn order detention for a period of 12 days was sought for of the petitioner with a view to prevent him from taking illegal possession of government properties. Also, upon consideration of the contentions raised, let notice be issued written every 4 weeks. As Mr. Tapin, our counsel, has accepted note on behalf of all the respondents. All the respondents, no formal notice need be issued. However, extra copies of the written petitions be furnished to him during the course of the day. First, considering the nature of contentions raised by the petitioner is highlighted herein above, and also having perused the provision of section 2, 8, 11, 12 of the Arunachal Pradesh, as well as section 3.1 of the Arunachal Pradesh Unlawful Activities Prevention Act 2014. And also having taken note of the fact that more than 12 days have passed by since the impugn order dated 25th July, etc., was issued by the Deputy Commissioner Chancellor. And that the status of the land where the social service was proposed by the petitioner has not been changed in any manner, either by the petitioner or by anybody. In the interim, it is provided that the impugn order dated so and so, issued by so and so, by number so and so, shall remain established. At the same time, the petitioner shall also not indulge in any activity relating to the direction of what is called statute of honesty at 6 kilos so and so without appropriate permission that may be required under the law is taken from the appropriate and competent authority of the state. So please state after 4 weeks.
Not that it can be given. Because on the basis of regulation, it can be disposed of.
What?
Shorter date
What sort of that? We have other important matters also.
Let them file their affidavit.
Huh?
Let them file their affidavit.
Yes. If there is a change of situation requiring urgent disposal, you may make a mention. But as on today, we don't find anything.
Deeply obliged, Lordship. Deeply obliged.